That's a pretty stunning looking port, right? We've got lots more to show you, but before we do, just take 2 seconds right now if you haven't done it already, and just hit that subscribe button, and don't forget the notifications bell, and then strap yourself in and get ready for the... Alright, strap yourself in, might have been a bit much, but hit the buttons and you'll never miss another video release again. So by this point in proceedings, Hank was thoroughly deserving of a good walk, so first port of call was to find somewhere green in Brixham. It didn't take long.
Do you think we've arrived into the Azores?
Looks pretty lush, doesn't it?
It does. It really, really does. Looks like it could. Good.
Coming?
Look. Luck is on our side.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
How lucky was that to have the camera on him then? The moment you found a four-leaf clover.
Look at that. We're taking that with us.
That's coming with.
Yes.
That is coming with on the next passage.
I don't know how I just spot them like that.
We got given some freshly caught sea bream from some of our neighbours when we were back in Portland, and so I'm going to grab those out of the freezer, and I'm going to look at some interesting recipes so I can really do the fresh fish justice. Then Carly can sit back and chill out tonight, and I'm going to rustle up some food, and Carly looks happy about that news.
Night off from the oven.
She makes it sound like I'm not the one that pretty much always does the cooking.
What was the last meal you cooked?
I did. I poured the milk on our cereal, I think, last time around it.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright, let's get back to the boat.
There might be dog weed on.
One thing that I still feel really uneasy about is this whole coming to shore and leaving your dinghy out of sight. Do you think how easy it is for someone just to jump in it and row it off? So yeah, we've literally just thrown the painter line round a rock and just hope everyone's really lovely and doesn't take it. So hopefully it's still there, but I think I'll be really interested to know how we've basically bought like a locking mechanism for the outboard to make it difficult to just lift the outboard, but obviously you can take the whole dinghy. So I'm thinking of some sort of heavy duty motorcycle type chain that you can wrap around the outboard and then chain around something like a pontoon or a jetty or whatever. But when it's coming to shore like this and it's just a beach and some rocks, what do you guys do? Do you just never leave your dinghy out of sight? Have any of you ever had your dinghy stolen in this capacity? Anyway, we're nearly there now. Let's see if it's still there. The good news is the dinghy is in fact still here. One thing we didn't really take into consideration was the tide. So now we have to carry the dinghy over all these rocks. Who says chivalry is dead? We didn't want the engine to ruin the serenity of this moment, so I thought rowing would be romantic. Keeping a good lookout, Hank. Good job, good job. Close in. Anyway, right, we are going to have some freshly caught sea bream from Portland, just off of Portland Bill, the notorious Portland Bill. So not only do we get round it, we're going to have sustenance from it as well. But one of our neighbours very kindly brought us over a bag of sea bream and said, "Will you eat them tonight?" And we were like, "Probably not, we're just on our way out." They went, "Oh no," I said, "But it's okay because we've just installed a chest freezer." Now, the first thing you need to do is cut off all these gnarly, and you can, son of a, you need to be careful of these spikes. Turns out they're sharp.
Very, very sharp.
They are very, very sharp. So off you trot. Next thing you need to do is, using this side of the knife, you need to scrape back all of the shiny bits. Scrape the scales, and then you'll notice on your knife there's a scale. So we're going to place these in what is going to be a little parcel. Got some roasted garlic, so I'm just going to squeeze that and get the juices out of the roasted garlic. That's going to be amazing. Okay, so then we are going to have a little squeeze of lemon. Get the lemon juice out there. Some onions as well. Okay, and then let's have a little bit of crushed chilies, just to give this a little bit of zang, and some rosemary. Some fresh rosemary would have been ideal, but Brixham didn't have any fresh rosemary. Just put some parsley. You can't really go wrong with a bit of parsley in there for good measure.
Beautifully done.
It is, well, you know, a lot of the flavour is actually in the stalks. A lot of people chop it up as a garnish, but the flavour, the parsley, is in the stalks. Rick Stein, eat your heart out. And then I'll tell you what goes really well.
I was going to say, if you're Rick Stein, you should be with a glass of wine in hand, surely.
Well, a little bit of wine in here too. There you go. That's going to help. That's going to help the steaming. So you're going to steam it in the, at least. Salt. Do we have some sea salt?
We do have some sea salt.
There with it, but. That's really hot.
Oh yeah, you just came out of the oven from roasting the garlic. Not on the oven though.
No.
Okay.
As Mr. Oliver would say, that's pucker. That is. So that is a classical Italian recipe there. You know, yeah. Seb's going to be watching this, spitting at his screen.
So I've got the Italian blood, not you.
It's true. He's going to be like, "He's not Italian, huh?" That's not what Seb sounds like at all, actually. But he will be saying it's not Italian, though. So we're just going to wrap this up and stick this in the oven for somewhere between 8 to 10, maybe in our oven, probably more like 12 minutes.
So would you like an extra bit so you don't crush it all up? Like, so you can actually have some steam in there, maybe just a bit of extra foil over the top?
That's what I wanted, yeah. It's a beauty. That fish, and these fish don't live a very long time anyway. Before, I appreciate we've probably got a few vegans that almost certainly watch the channel, and these fish have exceptionally short lives, and they die a miserable death unless they're caught by humans and cooked. So, alright, just getting close now. These sauté potatoes and some green beans, just finishing off. A little bit of oregano, bit of Susie salt, bit of Percy pepper, bish bash bush.
Susie salt and Percy pepper.
Pucker. You have to remember, I was a trained chef in the 90s. That would make sense to most people. Oh, that we are. Oh, it smells good.
Oh, it's steamed.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Oh, I can't the steam on the lens.
Okay.
It is delicious. Really, really tasty fish. Obviously, I don't know if that was the chef or the fish itself, but both. Gratitude to both.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Now, while we were in Brixham, we were due to be hit by not one, not two, but 3 storms. 3 gales were going to be rolling up on us, the first of which on my birthday. Putting it down. It's my birthday. We're not in a slip, we're on a mooring buoy, tuning it down with rain, the wind is blowing. I think today we're probably going to get our very first experience of taking Hank to shore to go to the toilet when the weather's horrendous. I think my birthday is going to involve Netflix. Lots of Netflix. Now, before I get too comfortable in front of Netflix and I start binge watching the next series of The Crown, there's still one last job to do, and that is to get Hank to shore to do his business in less than ideal weather. See how that went. Is that better? It's quite warm actually, Hank, the water, once you're soaking wet. Oh,
Savvy.
hello. Hello. Hey. Hey! I don't know if the GoPro on my head just picked up, but we had a little seal just pop up and say hello. That's pretty cool. Nice vantage point. Nice little spot for a swim. Need to go back. Have some breakfast. Alright, let's do it. Let's go. Note to self: improve rowing. Alright. Yeah. We're good. Let's go. That's not good. Living the dream, man. There we go. Good job. Look at that, Hank. Look what randomly just turned up as we went to the toilet. You excited? Are you excited? You are excited. Yeah. I've been so curious to find out what was in this one.
Well, I think I know what that is.
Some wine.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Sorry I didn't fit the sunshine.
That's perfect.
That I can do.
Right, I'm gonna go and get dry.
Happy birthday to you.
What have we got here?
French toast muffins.
French toast muffins with bacon and maple syrup.
Yes.
Winning. Now, I don't feel that I've done any justice at all to that little spot where we've been doing those beach landings. You may have noticed it. Stunning spot. Now, yes, it's true, we were hit by several storms, and it is also true that when it's grey and cold and raining, sure, you feel like you're on holiday in England, but when the sun does decide to shine, this little cove is so magnificent. You could just as easily be in some really exotic part of the Mediterranean. Have a look for yourself. This is one of those rarefied moments where we have a cove almost all to ourselves. The sun has finally come out in gorgeous Great Britain, and you're being really hesitant. You should just, the water's as good as it's ever going to be. You should literally just...
Have a look at what he's wearing.
I'm just saying, just make the most of this beautiful warm water. Let's go for a swim.
For him it's warm, freezing.
Don't know what fuss is about. Oh, gorgeous. The colour of that water, and as I was editing that drone footage, that's when it hit me. It wasn't about imagining that you were in some exotic part of the Mediterranean just because the sun happened to come out. It was about realising the immense beauty that we have right here at home on our doorsteps. It's amazing. That's Fishcombe Cove and Churston Cove. They combine together to make a fairly large cove that you can actually anchor outside of. And there's even a little mooring buoy in there which you can anchor to for free. It's a lovely little spot, although you will have to share it with some seals and a decent amount of paddleboarders on a good day. But seeing as the sun was out, it's time for Carly, Hank and myself to pop back into Brixham to see what else they happen to have on offer. So this is your Instagram moment of the day.
These are cool. And does it look like they're my wings?
It does. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like they're your wings. I think if someone doesn't pay attention, they're going to be confused.
Stop it.
100%.
Right.
So Carly's like the Instagram expert out of the two of us, and is constantly looking for that next Insta shot. And this is the Insta shot of the day. For anybody that doesn't check out Carly's work on Instagram, it is just Instagram/Sailing Cadoa. Go check it out. It's pretty cool actually. But for now, let's basically I'm going to be told where to stand, what to do, where to point. Left a bit, right a bit. Let's check it out. Oh, it's tricky, but I reckon a GoPro lens will do it. Brixham as a town, as a port, really seems to have struck that beautiful balance between a genuine working fishing community and an amazing tourist attraction for people to come to. Some towns seem to swing one way or the other along the south coast, but Brixham, as I say, has really struck that balance perfectly. And as for me, as far as Brixham goes, well, I've just got one more continuity issue to take care of. This isn't me caving to peer group pressure. This is something I want to do for me, okay? I want to do it for me. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this glimpse of Brixham through our eyes, and until next time, hope you all stay safe and well. Bye for now.